Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
Tim sent me a great story, and this is the kind of thing. It's important that I counterbalance stories. I don't want anyone to think that everything always happens to one group of people or another group of people is really stupid, but, no. It turns out, for instance, that scammers don't just target stupid people. They don't just target the old. Scammers target everybody. And amazingly, people from all walks of life fall for scammers. So Tim passed along a story from KCEN Television, which is an NBC affiliate out of Texas. But the story is from Colorado. And a Colorado city sent $1 million to scammers posing as construction company behind a bridge project. So scammers scammed $1 million from a Colorado city. Here's how it went down in Erie, Colorado. In a weekly town update that contains such mundane things such as messages about Christmas tree recycling and landscaping in the area, the Erie town administrator dropped the news that more than $1 million was sent to scammers posing as the construction company that built a new bridge in Erie, the Erie Parkway Bridge. So somebody built a bridge, they were expecting to get paid, but somebody else managed to insert themselves into the conversation to go, hey, send us that money over here. And they sent it over there. So Malcolm Fleming is a town administrator, and he posted a note saying someone filled out an electronic form on the Erie website asking for the construction vendor to be paid via electronic funds transfer rather than by check. We don't want a check. We want an electronic funds transfer. The town did not confirm the request with the construction company, but simply approved the change and sent the money. Well, the scammer submitted the request on October 21st, and then Erie sent two payments to an account they erroneously believed was the construction company's on October 25th. Those payments totaled $1,016,233.80. The money was then transferred out of the country. Surprise, surprise. The town learned of the possible fraud on November 5th. That's when the construction company confirmed that they had never received the money and they had not requested a change in the method of payment. So the town administrator then notified the Erie Police Department and the Colorado Intergovernmental Risk Sharing Agency, which is the insurance company or the insurer, the organization that insures them, so they could file a claim over the missing money. Now, the Erie Police and the FBI are investigating, but so far, there's no indication that any town employee was involved in this. But the town of Erie told a television station that a finance division employee has since resigned. So mistakes were made. Fleming said he kept quiet about the scam at the request of police so as not to disrupt their investigation. Police told him they felt comfortable with the information going public now, which is just a few weeks after the fact. So they waited the additional 2 weeks to share what happened in hopes of finalizing the insurance claim, and they're hoping that insurance will pay this back. Fleming told 9 News in an email, I thought we would soon have a resolution on the insurance coverage and waited for that so that the story would be complete. Unfortunately, as noted above, we are still working on the insurance issues. Yesterday, I decided we could not wait any longer for more information on the insurance claim. And that'll be an interesting thing about whether or not insurance will pay this. I've seen insurance deny better claims. Erie has paid the construction company the money they were owed, so they've been paid. And the town is simply working with the insurance group to try to recover the money that was lost. But one thing to recover the money from an insurance claim, but to recover the money from the actual people who stole it, good luck with that. The scam happened just after the town approved the addition of 2 new positions, an accounting manager and a finance manager. A board of trustees also planned to transition the part-time risk manager job into a full-time one. A committee has been formed to not only build a better barn door, but to install equipment to see that the barn door is either opened or closed. Of course, the horse is already out of the barn, but the barn door and the technology to measure its openness and closedness will soon be installed at great expense to the taxpayers. The town has filled the risk manager's position and is actively recruiting for the accounting and finance manager positions. These additional positions will provide additional support, oversight, segregation of duties, and management of the town's financial operations, which have expanded significantly in magnitude and complexity as the town has grown in population, the administrator's note said. Of course, the $1 million is gone, but we're hiring people who could solve that if they'd only been here back when the problem happened. Erie formally celebrated the opening of the bridge connecting the east and west sides of town with a ribbon-cutting ceremony in November. So the bridge is real. The bridge is real. The bridge got built. And then somebody contacted them and said, oh, by the way, we want that money sent to us through electronic funds transfer to this other weird account over here so we can quickly get it out of the country, despite the fact that the construction company was simply waiting for a check. Totaling $1 million. And the sad part is, I know a lot of people out there who say things like, you just file an insurance claim and that'll make it all better. No, that's not how it works. Because somebody loses that money. And I know that insurance is there for a reason. I'm not saying you shouldn't file an insurance claim. But every time a dumb claim gets paid by an insurance company, I'm not saying invalid, I'm saying a dumb claim. When insurance companies are forced to cover dumb claims, it causes the rates to go up for everyone else who didn't do something dumb that year, or who's in that pool who didn't do something dumb. And so, this is one of those things. So again, I wouldn't be surprised the insurance company goes, gee, do we cover stupidity? I mean, I don't know. I know there are attorneys who specialize in municipal risk, and I'm sure that right now many of them are studying this thing right now very, very closely. I understand that. So I'll admit I don't know as much about that particular field, but I can tell you that I've seen situations where homeowners have done dumb things and then tried to file homeowners claims and had them denied because the insurance company goes, gee, that was a dumb thing you did there. We don't necessarily cover dumb things you do yourself. We try to cover against, contingencies, and they have all kinds of wacky definitions. So we'll see. But again, $1 million was sent to the wrong people because somebody called up and just said, hey, can you send this money someplace else? And they didn't bother to check to make sure the person making that request was actually the person entitled to the $1 million. And yes, $1 million is a lot of money to send to somebody you don't know through the internet. But it's crazy how this stuff happens. But if it gets updated, I'll let you know. I didn't know it's a place called Erie, Colorado. I always think of Erie as being east because there's Lake Erie, and a bunch of places called Erie to the east. So maybe somebody who's traveling west liked the name and brought it with them. I know there's a lot of places in Michigan, place names, that if you look at where they came from, there are also similarly named places in New York. Because many of the people who came to Michigan came from New York. So we have Genesee, Michigan, Sodus, Michigan, and a whole host of other things that are named after places in New York. But again, that's a digression. So there you go. Tim, thanks for the story. If I get any updates, I'll let you know. Questions, comments, or if we find the $1 million, put them below. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. What species is Yoda?